The kitchen is my favorite part of our home. Having my own beautiful space to bake away my cares has long been a dream during our home renovations. And since we finished our work in the kitchen last year, I've been working to curate this space to be one that makes me smile each morning. Collecting items that bring me joy as well as practical ones. At this point, most of our kitchen is thrifted and I wouldn't have it any other way. Good morning and welcome to our kitchen. Today I wanted to share some of my favorite thrifted kitchen items. The kitchen is one of my favorite places in the house, not just because we finished renovations last year, so after like 6 or 7 years with basically no kitchen, I finally have a lovely, beautiful kitchen to work in. But I've always been a bit of a kitchen bug. I love to cook and bake, and so I spend a lot of time in the kitchen. And as you know, I am a big thrifter too. I am a big fan of thrifting. I love the recycling aspect. I love older items that have stories of their own that I can now incorporate into mine, and I also love the cost savings of thrifting too, because you can't beat that. Whether you are just moving out on your own, just got married, just bought a new house, or you're maybe moving to a whole new area and have to kind of start from scratch again, it can get really expensive. You can easily spend thousands of dollars just getting the bare essentials that you need for a kitchen, much less get all of the fun decor stuff that you probably want for your kitchen. So today I wanted to share with you a list of my favorite items that I've thrifted for our kitchen over the years. Not only are these items more affordable, but in my opinion, they're oftentimes a little bit lovelier. I really do think that having extra little lovely items can make the baking and cooking experience just that much more fun. Before I get into it, I want to start off with just a little note. Recently, there has been discussion about possible lead contamination in vintage bakeware such as Pyrex and some of the basic brands that you probably see a lot at thrift stores. I am by no means an expert, but this is something that you may want to look into so that you can figure out what you feel comfortable with and what you will want to be looking for at thrift stores. This is some information that has just recently come to my attention and is still being researched. So if you're watching this video in the future, you will definitely want to do your own research and figure out the best thing for you and your family. If it is something that is very concerning to you from the research I've read recently, anything past sort of like mid-1980s is probably safe. They kind of redid all of their requirements for lead safe at that time. And so you may just want to look to thrift newer items, which is totally fine. You can still recycle, you can still save, but you may just want to steer clear of the older pieces and the vintage pieces. That being said, I am not telling you what to do or what to think. Do your own research, figure out what you're comfortable with. I love thrifting, I love old items, but we always have to consider whether or not they are still completely safe before we use them. So just keep that in mind. That being said, let's dig into my list of my favorite things to thrift for the kitchen. Baking dishes are a must-have for any kitchen, but they're generally not a particularly fun item to buy. You can easily save a quarter of the price finding them at thrift stores, and you can often find them in like-new condition. Most thrift stores have entire sections dedicated to discarded bakeware, making it really easy to find them. Not every store will have them in the best condition, but if you keep your eyes out, you're sure to come across one. When shopping for bakeware, I look for items that have been gently used, and I always check the bottom for oven safe. Whether you have open shelving or just limited storage jars can be functional while adding some beauty and interest to your space. It's been a bit of a treasure hunt for me as I've slowly built my collection over the years. I specifically designed this corner of my kitchen to be my little baking station, where all of my storage jars holding our flour, sugar, and other necessities could easily be grabbed while I used my mixer. If you're on the hunt for jars, keep in mind that you can almost always replace cracked or missing seals on canisters. It's typically not too hard to find canisters and jars at thrift stores. However, it may be a tougher search if you're looking for a matching set. If that's what you're after, you may have an easier time keeping an eye out at estate sales in your area. Beautiful dishes, cups, and mugs can get expensive at new stores. Many thrift stores, however, are overflowing with options at much lower prices. I particularly love etched glassware. There's something a little extra sweet about drinking your iced coffee from a fancy-looking glass first thing in the morning. Whether you're looking for old or new styles, most thrift stores have entire sections dedicated to just plates and cups. Because mugs are such a common gifted item, you typically find them still with tags on them at many thrift stores. It's often the small touches that make a space feel extra special. Thrifting Kitchen Decor creates a collection of unique items that you may not have found merchandised together at a big box store. When I thrift, I especially love to look for crocks, decorative bowls, books, and art. But almost any beautiful kitchen item can double as decor. Look for items that speak to you and bring you joy just to look at. Thank you so much for watching. It truly means the world to me. If you want to like or subscribe, I oftentimes share thrifting, renovations, home decor, and lifestyle content, and I would love to be friends with you. But that is all. I hope you guys are having a lovely week, and I will see you next time.